Hello again, and welcome to another episode of Chef on a Boat, where I'll show you how to create large flavors in small spaces. Today we're going to be making salmon rillettes, but we're going to be doing a little bit differently this time. We'll be poaching the salmon in sake and then serving it on cornets or wonton cones, just to make it kind of fun and exciting. So on that note, let's go downstairs and get started. This dish does take time to make as it uses several components: salmon rillettes, whipped cream fresh, and wonton cones or cornets. However, it has beautiful levels of flavor and texture that really make it well worth the effort. With this dish, I remove the skin, but I don't throw it away. They make great crispy chips as garnish for other dishes. I cut the salmon into 1-inch cubes so they cook faster. And for the poaching liquid, I'm using sake today. If you don't have sake, that's okay. You could also use white wine. Once I add the sake and shallots, I'll bring it to a boil and cook for about 3 minutes before adding the salmon. I poach the salmon for roughly 1 minute before flipping and cooking for another 30 seconds. You want the salmon to be medium rare inside. Then I'll drain it on paper towels. Next I strain the shallots, then I add the salmon to the bowl and put it in the fridge to chill until I'm ready to put everything together. Well, I need some fresh chives from the garden, so let's go ahead and cut some. I'll add a little wasabi to the Kewpie mayonnaise. I like the wasabi because it just brings a hint of heat to the dish. So I'll just go ahead and mix this all up now. Well, I have all my ingredients prepped. Now it's time to assemble my mise en place and start putting together the salmon rillettes. I'll use a fork to flake the poached salmon, and if you look closely you can actually see how it's a beautiful medium rare. And for the smoked salmon, today I'm using a hot smoked salmon, but you could also use cold smoked or what they call lox. Alright, the salmon is flaked. Now I'll add the rest of the ingredients. The chives, the wasabi, Kewpie, mayonnaise, and the other spices as well. I really love the Kewpie mayonnaise for the umami flavor that it has. A dash of white pepper. And some finely ground sea salt. Because this will be served cold, you want to add a little bit more salt than you normally would with a warm dish. Finally, one of the secret ingredients in a kitchen, lemon juice. It adds brightness to so many dishes. It's always good to taste your food just to make sure the flavor is there. I really love that. Alright, let's get this wrapped up and put it in the fridge to chill until we're ready to serve. This is another component of the dish. The whipped cream fresh really adds or helps to bring balance to the flavors here. And as you can see, it's just very easy to make. Add some to a bowl and just start whipping to make it a much lighter consistency. Some more chives to bring the flavors together. And now I'm going to transfer this to a piping bag. In actuality, I'm just using a quart bag, which really make great piping bags. Now the last component of this dish are the cornets, or the wonton cones that I'll be serving everything in. The trick to getting great cones is to actually wet the surface with a little bit of water before finish rolling. It helps to act as a glue to keep everything closed, and then a brush with a little bit of vegetable oil before baking in the oven. Now I happen to have metal molds here, but if you don't have those, no worries. You can still use parchment paper and just cut and shape to the right form. Off to the oven they go. You should be fine for the first 10 minutes, but after that, keep an eye on them because they can finish cooking very fast. Now these are how the cones should look. A very beautiful golden color. These are going to be nice and crispy. An easy and fun way to serve these cornets is to take some bowls or another container and fill them with coarse sea or kosher salt. Then you can just stick the cornets in them and they will stand up. For the first layer, I'll pipe in some of that creme fraiche we made earlier. Next, I'll add a nice spoonful of salmon rillettes. Then some chive stalks for decoration. And finally some ikura or salmon caviar for a burst of flavor. And we're all done. Here's the finished cornets. Such a beautiful presentation to serve your family and guests. If you feel that making the cornets or the wonton cones are too much, then no worries, because you can always use rice crackers or baguettes. And it still makes a wonderful dish. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Until next time, bon appetit.